Hi, my name is Aubrey, and today I'd like to share with you a fabulous, easy way to make your very own do-it-yourself Montessori colored beads. You're going to need some speaker wire, so go to an electronics store or a hardware store, just buy a roll of it. You'll have plenty. You're going to need some pony beads, just a bag of them, one single color for each color of the beads that you're going to do. A lot of these come in multicolored packs, and that could be a great economy way to get started and get going with this. And a pair of scissors. I promise that's really it. Sometimes I use a pair of pliers if your fingers are having trouble pulling tight enough. A little pair of pliers can be useful, but they're optional, are not absolutely necessary. Okay, so first I'd like to tell you about the colors. Montessori designed these beads a long time ago, and she just arbitrarily pretty much chose some colors for her beads. And since then, Montessori classrooms have adhered to the same color pattern of the colored beads. And I'll show them to you right now so that you can know if you want those to be the same for you. It's important if you're teaching in a Montessori classroom that they be these colors so that it's consistent with the Montessori curriculum. If you're not teaching in a Montessori classroom, I don't really think it matters that the colors are exact. What matters is the concepts that you're teaching with them. And you want to make sure that you're consistent with yourself. So if you choose pink to be one for you, always use pink for one to be you. And if you choose blue to be your twos, only use the blue with those twos. Okay? So in the Montessori colors, red is 1, green is 2, pink is 3, yellow is 4, light blue is 5, lavender or light purple is 6, white is 7, brown is 8, dark blue or navy is 9, and 10, well, 10 is special. 10, your 10 bar is your golden beads. So you can use whatever you've made for your golden beads to be your 10s. And if you're going to make them the same way you're making these colored beads with the pony beads, gold is a great color to use. A very light yellow or a cream would also work really well. I ended up with peach. It's different from the other colors and the colored beads that I have here, and it was just what was available in my craft store as an extra color when I made these beads a long time ago when I first started teaching. So that's how my golden beads ended up to be peach beads. So it doesn't really exactly matter what color you go with. What you want to make sure is that you're consistent with how you're teaching with them. Okay, so let's get started. Take your speaker wire. It comes in a double wire, and you want to start by separating it. So just take the two ends and pull the plastic apart until you have a nice long string of it. And luckily it just cuts really easy with your scissors. So just cut it off. Okay, now you have a nice long string. You're going to start by making a loop, going under, making just a regular knot. Tie it really, really tight. As tight as you can possibly get it. Oh, that's probably about it. Okay, that's going to be the end. Take your other end, start counting your beads. I'm going to start off by making one of these 5 beads. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, there you go. Now you've got an end and you need to put the other end on. So make another loop, pull it in. Now you've got a big loop there. Keep your beads as close together as possible as you inch this loop down. And make the knot closer and closer, as tight as you can get it. I can always do this part with my fingernails just by yanking, but this is the time when you would get the pliers if you need it to be tight enough. Okay, and that's good. All right, so now we've made one colored bead set of 5. Now we're going to make another one, and I'll show you how you can very, very easily make a whole bunch of these. I used to compare it to just sitting there knitting. I would just be sitting there making my colored beads one after another, sitting watching TV, or anytime in the car. I just bring my set with me and just be stringing. So now I've made one set, and now I've made another end knot here. And I'll go ahead and put on 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All the way down, tie it off, another knot, make it really close to the end. Okay. All right. And when you've made a whole bunch of these, I would say go for 20 of each, because they're really great if you're going to be using these all the way through the elementary curriculum for Montessori. You're going to want a whole lot of them. So just, start string and just make as many as you can possibly stand, because they end up being really fun and you can do a ton of things with them. All right, take your scissors and then just snip off the ends. The speaker wire cuts really easily. Okay. I've seen a lot of tutorials for do-it-yourself beads that seem overly involved. I think that this is a really, really easy and extremely durable method. I don't know how many children have worked with this over the years, but my beads look practically new, and I had them in the classroom for a long, long time. Okay, so let me tell you a little story first. You're probably wondering where to keep your beads. So what Maria Montessori did, when she made these beads, she just had them in some kind of container, all jumbled up there, okay? Basket or a box or something. And then when the children were using them, they would just pick out the beads that they wanted, and then they would work with them. But then Maria went on and started teaching other teachers. And she started coming to other classrooms to observe what those teachers were doing with the kids in the class. And in one of the classrooms of one of her favorite teachers, she found the children working with the colored beads, but they weren't just all jumbled up inside a big bin or a big box or anything. They were separated into tiny little compartments. All the 1 beads in one compartment, all the 2 beads in another compartment, all the 3s in another. And the children seemed to just be working with them so much more easily than when they were all jumbled up. It seemed to appeal to their sense of order. Okay. Well, Maria came up to her teacher and she said, "Your colored beads, take a look at them. You can put them in little compartments. That's fabulous." And the teacher was a little bit embarrassed. She said, "Actually, I'm ashamed of my work. I could have done a better job, but I just wanted to make these for the children. They seemed to really want them in their own little compartments so they would be ordered. And so I hand sewed cardboard together to make this little box. And I know that the work isn't beautiful. I just did it very quickly and I'm embarrassed of it, but it works for us anyway, even though it's not pretty." And Maria said, "Who cares if it's pretty or not? It's great. I love it, and I'm telling everybody that I can about it." So what you'll see today if you go into a Montessori classroom is the colored beads will be compartmentalized into little sections. And you can do this yourself by going to a craft store. Luckily today we don't have to sew our own cardboard pieces together. You can just go and buy some kind of plastic bin. You might find a tackle box or a sewing box, something in the crafts section. And then you'll just be able to compartmentalize your own. You can see mine's been used for many years and it's not beautiful anymore, but it works. And the children seem to instinctively know and like where things go. And they seem to like the order of it a lot better. But, if you want to go back to the old days, the way Maria had it, I think is just fine. They can just pick out what they need. It's up to you. So that's how you make your very own set of very easy and cheap do-it-yourself Montessori colored beads. I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any questions, you can feel free to write me and ask me. My name is Aubrey. Okay, bye-bye. Thank you.